really hope that all of you are doing well, right? Okay, the issue of urban landscape management in Malaysia is not a new issue. However, it has often become a recurring, endless issue. The need for urban landscape management is an important element to provide a balance between the nature and artificial aspect of the environment. The rapid development in the current scenario is making the level of urban landscape management increasingly marginalized. What exactly happened? How did it happen? Right, so to further discuss and explore this title, please watching this video.
For the details on the issue are: the first one, lack of management and maintenance. According to the Landscape Master Plan, the Federal Territory of Labuan 1997 to 2015 has found low landscape design and maintenance levels. Landscaping elements such as play equipment have been damaged and abandoned due to the lack of maintenance. Semi-urban open spaces such as sport complex has a low level of maintenance. A study conducted by Mela Sutra 1996 quoted from Hisham 2001 in the open space in Petaling Jaya, this is in section 12, found that this area is abandoned without attention in terms of maintenance and use. Through an interview with the Executive Director Project Management of Kuala Lumpur City Hall DBKL, Dato' Azmi Abdul Hamid, quoted from the Berita Harian Press article on 16 April 2021, there were issues such as fallen trees, tree roots sticking out, flash floods due to the land structures are not maintained, and many more are a hotly debated topic. The issue of mature trees has also been identified as the cause of fallen trees, as well as due to the small root space and inability to support the weight of the canopy when strong winds. In addition, most of the roots needed for support purpose have already been cut to make way for roads, footpaths, and drain construction, he said again. The second one is lack of political support, awareness and funding. In 1999, the Ministry of Housing and Local Government, KPKT, through the National Landscape Department, has allocated a high development cost of 37.6 million ringgit. However, the local authority still has financial problems in implementing the planned landscape development. Support from sources such as dwindling politicians also give rise to a weak perception of the management of this landscape. Politicians think more about development in their respective areas without referring to the major developments on the balance of the local ecosystem. Studies by Mela Sutra 1998, Fang 2000 and Nur Azian 2008 show that financial constraints are one of the problems often faced by the local authorities in Malaysia. According to Pang 2000, the financial resources of local authorities are very limited because local authorities depend entirely on the collection of assessment tax that must be paid by residents in their administrative areas for each year. Taxes paid are used to provide services, development and management infrastructure, as well as look after the welfare of the population. It should be noted that not all local authorities have high tax revenues. In some cases, it was found that some local authorities have expenditure in excess of annual tax collection. The third one is lack of skilled professional and manpower. The next problem is the lack of professional and skilled manpower in the country who can help and provide specific views on landscape planning and management in Malaysia. Although they are experts such as educators, lecturers and teachers, as well as non-government organization (NGOs), but it is not enough to produce and gather all professional experts to provide the best insights, feedback and results in landscape management. Apart from landscape architects, professional needs such as arborists are also very much needed in Malaysia. The main function and role of the arborist, or its acronym CA, is to be directly involved in the maintenance and management of the urban forest trees and the trees associated with it, or scientifically referred to as the tree doctor. Based on statistics and data acquisition through the Malaysian Arborist Association until May 2021, found that there are only 328 certified arborists who have been registered in Malaysia. The next is poor design and lack of public involvement. In the ministry's efforts to improve the quality of life through the provision of open spaces and parks, it was found that most local authorities do not have suitable sites for that purpose. According to Sulung Muhammad, Journal of Study in 1994, in the city and Petaling Jaya as well as New Grove, the municipality failed to provide recreational space with adequate facilities, including trees, and even most of it has become fallow land. Most of the sites identified for public park purposes are river and forest reserve lands that are clearly less suitable for urban level public development purposes. Profile of Local Government Departments 1999. A study of open space written by Hisham 2001 in the Seberang Jaya Urban Housing Estate area found a lack of facilities and play equipment as well as a less attractive landscape. For the public or residents, their involvement in urban landscape management in Malaysia is still less practiced. This is because they only know how to use the existing landscape but do not want to be involved in the process to jointly maintain and preserve the availability of the landscape. If there is a first-class mentality in each of them, it is not impossible that the weakness and shortcomings of each landscape preparation can be equally corrected and improved. It is to ensure the comfort and harmony of the landscape can be felt together continuously. And the last one is safety and vandalism. The level of security of the landscape area as well as the high level of disturbance and vandalism is an issue that cannot be curbed. There are open areas that have been used as a place or headquarters for drug addicts and homeless people. This causes the public or residents not to go to the area for fear and concern for their safety, especially children. For a Sinar Harian newspaper clipping dated 6 August 2020 entitled Vandalism in the Playground, the President of the Kuala Langat Municipal Council MPKL, Dato' Amirul Azizan Abdul Rahim, expressed regret over the act of vandalism and damage to various playground equipment. In addition, there are visitors who bring bicycles or motorcycles into the playground and square area, thus violating the existing rules and can pose a danger to visitors. This causes the public to pay less attention to landscape management because the problem of vandalism is also a problem that needs to be given priority. Thus, the problem of poor management and maintenance of the city's landscape is an issue that needs to be addressed immediately to prevent more unwanted things from happening in the future.
Until we meet again, Assalamualaikum and see you.